At around 1:50 p.m. on the 27th of September 1986, more than 1 million helium-filled balloons were released from Public Square in Cleveland, Ohio, as a fundraising publicity stunt. While the launch itself was successful, the wind blew the mass of balloons in an unexpected direction, resulting in utter chaos. Millions of dollars of property damage, many injuries, and possibly even 2 deaths were the result. The stunt was coordinated by private company Balloon Art by Treb, but was backed by the city of Cleveland, who were keen for some good publicity. It was thought by many that the stunt would put Cleveland on the map. 6 months of planning went into the release. As the planned day of the event approached, a rectangular structure was assembled in the southwest quadrant of Public Square. This framework supported a net the size of a city block, designed to hold the filled balloons before the big moment of the release. Underneath this net, 2,500 students and other volunteers spent hour after hour filling balloons with helium. The target was 2 million balloons, but an approaching storm prompted an early launch, and the total topped out at 1.4 million. At 1:50 p.m. on the 27th of September, huge crowds gathered to watch the balloons be released. It was, indeed, a spectacular sight, and one that set a world record, just as the organisers had intended. For anyone watching in Cleveland that day, the launch had all the hallmarks of a great success. The problems began in the next few days. Most helium-filled balloons will remain aloft long enough to deflate entirely before falling to the ground. The Balloonfest balloons, however, ran swiftly into a band of rain and cool air, which caused them to drop prematurely. Millions of still inflated balloons descended on the countryside of Ohio. There, they clogged waterways and covered fields. They caused multiple traffic accidents as drivers attempted to avoid them. They spooked horses and were consumed by livestock, causing illness and injury. They drifted down onto the runways of Burke Lakefront Airport, which was forced to temporarily close. Worst of all, however, the balloons blanketed Lake Erie, where they interfered with the rescue effort for 2 fishermen who had gone missing. A rescue helicopter had difficulty reaching the area it was tasked with searching, and even when searches could be completed, spotting 2 bodies in the water amongst a star field of coloured balloons proved impossible. On September 29th, the Coast Guard suspended its search. The bodies of the fishermen later washed ashore. The wife of one of the deceased men sued the organisers of Balloonfest. So did many other people who had suffered traffic accidents or incidents involving livestock. The vast majority of cases were settled out of court, with costs outstripping all of the money that had been raised by the stunt. Balloonfest, disastrous as it was never repeated. The record it set stood for less than a decade, before it was broken by Disney, with a much more well-planned event in 1994. If Balloonfest 86 is remembered at all, it is remembered as an unmitigated disaster.